Hi, it's Quinn.
It's Griffen.
And we're gonna do the Sony A7s camera tutorial for Mr. Way's class. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see here, we got the Sony A7s. And pretty much what we're gonna do is we're just gonna teach you how to use it and all the basic stuff. If you're watching this, you're probably in Film 2, because Mr. Way usually doesn't let Film 1 kids check out Sony A7s. So it's a lot of basic stuff we're going to be showing you today. Nothing too complicated, more just to get you familiar with the camera. And the first thing you want to do with every camera is you want to open up the battery area. And the way you're going to do that, you see this little thing right here. What you're going to do is you're going to press down and it opens up. And as you can see, we got batteries here, and there's the little arrow. And what you want the arrow to be facing up, and this engraving here to be facing towards the body of the camera. And you push it in, and you close it up, and then you push up on that button, and then the camera has the battery inside.
Voila, battery.
And the next part is you're gonna open this part up here. There's a little arrow, and you push down and forward, and then it opens up that way, and this is where the SD card goes. I guess I could put the SD card in.
We'll take it out.
I'm gonna take it out, and there it is. So that's 16 gigabyte. That's usually what Mr. Way has on his desk. So you know, there's a thing on a jar on his desk with these and other stuff, flash drives. So what you're gonna do, you can see this little slit right here. So you're gonna put it right in with this part facing again towards the body of the camera. Put it in, and then you're gonna push until it does a little click, and there you go. Then you're gonna close it up by pushing down. Easy stuff.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
And the next thing you're gonna do, which is the exciting part, you're gonna turn on the camera by flipping this. And now the camera's on. Wow, that's insane.
What do you do after it's on, Quinn?
Well, first you always want to take the lens cap off.
Right, lens cap is coming off.
And there we are. And here we are on this camera. And as you can see, I'm messing with the aperture right here on the lens.
How do you mess with the aperture?
Well, I'll just have to show them. God,
okay.
God, you're being so mean to me.
I'm just trying to keep us on track.
Here, so here, as you can see on the side here, we have 1.5 to 2.8, all that stuff, which is the aperture. And you can close your aperture and open it. Again, when you're in a low light place, you want to keep this open so you can get as much light as you can. But when you do that, things will be more out of focus. Meaning, say like we have this mic here, so I'm gonna put this mic right here. And maybe I'll cut to this later just because it's interesting. Anyway, so like right now, the mic is in focus, but the background is completely out of focus. But if I were to close it a little bit, both things would be in focus, but we don't have enough light in this place to do that. And I don't think we need to go over this because I'm pretty sure David is doing a cinematography tutorial for you guys. So if you're looking for more of that stuff, head over to his video because that's more his expertise. Just in this one, we're again just showing you the basic stuff of how this camera works. Anyway, so yeah, so that's aperture, and then here's focusing right here. Super easy stuff. And then over here you can see the menu of different modes you can be in. If you're a filmmaker, you're normally going to be in cinema mode, which looks like a little film strip. But sometimes you might be in manual mode. In manual mode, you can shoot photos on, so you just click this button up here, and I shot a photo. But also, in manual, you also can press the little red button, which is what you do to start recording video, and you hear that little beep. Easy. And video will start recording, and now we got like a little movie going on. But most of the time, always stay in cinema mode, because that's just the best mode, and it gives you the aspect ratio lines, because as you know, aspect ratio for some reason makes movies look more cinematic. Don't know why, but it's just how we think. And same thing there, you just press the red button again to start recording. You won't if you hit this when you're in cinema mode, it won't do anything. Doesn't take a photo, doesn't start video. So remember always to do that. Next thing we'll show you guys is putting on a mic. Putting on a mic is super easy. We just have like a normal little Rode mic for you guys right here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it in right up here at the mount on the top. I can't even do it myself right now. There you go, it's super easy. And you're gonna turn this until it's tight. And then right here, you guys, you can see there's another little opening.
And girls.
And girls. Sorry, don't mean to be sexist. My girlfriend's a feminist.
You guys get that.
Anyway, so then you have a mic and headphone jack.
Can you show more the camera, please?
Yes, I may. Here.
Thank you. Which one's the headphone jack and which one's for the mic?
Headphone is always green, it's always below. and mic is always red. So make sure you always put it in the right place, because if you put it in the wrong place, you won't record sound, and that's something I've done before. And it's different because I think on the Canons, on the TI5s and all that stuff, it's flipped. I think on those, the headphone jack is up here and the mic is down here. I could be wrong. Anyways, and then
just remember the color.
Exactly, remember the color. And then in here we have a micro HDMI and
why don't you bring it
micro
closer?
USB stuff going on here. So if you want to hook it up to your TV and you want to see stuff you shot that day, but to be honest, this is not something you would use normally. Right there and there. One flaw to this camera is you can't charge it while you're shooting. So say if you're shooting like I shot a roast the other week, which sounds really stupid, and it was.
Boom, roasted.
Anyways, yeah, boom, roasted. We had to keep flipping batteries. We luckily had like 3 cameras going, so we could cut around it. But like that's one flaw to this camera is you can't charge it while you're shooting. You can charge a battery within it by plugging something in there, but that doesn't really matter because we have these chargers right here. You know, that's another easy thing. Put in chargers, you just slide it in.
Great.
And you throw it in the wall.
Great tool to have.
A great tool to have. Next thing I'll show you, because I don't want this thing to go too long, like our editing thing.
It's only 6 minutes.
Okay, good. And then here you press menu right here at the top corner. I'll do it again. So hit menu.
Menu.
And then here you are. You're in the menu, and there's a bunch of menus here. There's not really too much going on in the settings, you guys. There's not a lot of stuff you need to mess with, because if you mess with too much, you might change something and make it completely different and mess with the camera and the SD card, and you don't want that. And then here's marker settings.
How do you format the card, Quinn?
Yeah, that's really the only thing you really need to do here is go up here, and you're gonna go all the way over to settings, and you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's format. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna press format, enter, and it clears everything off the SD card because you don't want any of that stuff there.
Oh, you can't go back to that shot anymore.
Why?
Because you just formatted.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care. It's fine. I don't like you guys anyways who are watching this video, so whatever.
Wow.
I'm joking. Love you guys. Because you're in film.
Me too.
Alright, next thing I'm going to show you guys in settings, which is going to be the last thing because nothing else really matters.
Nothing, anything matters.
Exactly, nothing matters. Is application lists. Once you go in here, so say if you're shooting and you want a view, like a external monitor for something, this was really great for me when I was shooting my movie. So what you're going to use is you're going to use the Smart Memories camera app.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, sorry. Not the Smart Memories camera app. It's the other app, my bad. It's the Smart Remote Embedded app, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So what you're going to do, there's an app on your phone which you can download, which I downloaded. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it?
Somewhere. I got a lot of games.
I got a lot of games. Oh, yeah, there it is. Play Memories. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on your Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi for the Sony is going to show up, and you're going to connect your phone to the Sony, and then you're going to open this app, and then it'll show up as like a little external monitor on your phone. It also works on computers and tablets, like, you know, iPads and all that. I think it only works on iPads when it comes to tablets. All right, so yeah. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is ISO, because ISO is, as you know, something that's really important. Again, David is probably explaining all that in his video. So
there's a glare on the screen.
That's fine. That's okay. Have it now.
That's perfect.
So to adjust ISO, you see this little wheel right here that my finger's on. You just turn it and it goes up. So now you can see it's like really, really bright. And the great thing about this camera, about the Sony, as you can see, it goes to 409,600 ISO, which is insane. And like the way I like to explain that is 800 on this camera, like 800 ISO, is like 100 on a Canon, because that's just how great it is with light, and you won't get as much grain. Again, David will show you guys all that stuff. And then this, you know, is aperture, easy stuff.
We did that.
We already did that. And then shutter speed you can adjust here with this little guy. You move it.
Guy? Bring it closer.
This guy right here, you see him?
Yep. See the little guy.
So you move him. You always want your shutter speed to be double your frame rate. So our frame rate right now is 24, so we're at 50, which is the closest you can get to. Alright, and then the last thing we're going to show you is how to put on a new lens, because that's really important. But always want to put on your lens cap. So here, let me pull out a new lens for us to use. We're on the 35 right now. We could use, let's use like the 85. Because that's
Alright.
That's my
That's
favorite.
a fun one.
That's my favorite lens. We got that. We searched for this lens and the 85 and the 24 for about 4 months before we actually found them. Because they were brand new and we didn't know where they were. Alright, so the first thing you're going to see is right here. It's hard to see probably on the camera. There's this little button. So what you're going to do is you're going to press it. And then you're going to turn counterclockwise.
Which is left.
Which is left.
Good.
And as you can see, the lens came off. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this guy, this little end here, and you're going to take that off. And you're going to put it on the old lens you were using, right here. Sometimes you got to give it a little bit of a push. And then when you're putting this on, there's a red dot right here. You see that red dot?
Yeah, I see the red dot.
And then there's the white dot, so you want to match those up.
A lot.
Sometimes it gets a little hard. Let me see if I can see it.
Well, I can't see it.
There you go. So I put it in.
Great, we got it.
And we got it.
That click is important.
That click is very important. And you don't need to press the thing when you're putting on the lens, only when you're taking it off. That little button there. And as you can see, we're good to go. We have the 85 on, and the 85 and 24 also have the same thing with the aperture and the focus and all.
It's all the same.
And all the same. 50. I haven't messed with too much because we just found that too, so you guys will probably mess with that more than I ever would. Anyways, so that's really it. Basic info on the Sony. And yeah, so thanks you guys. Quinn and
Griffen.
signing off. Adios.